What's up, guys? My name is Chrishaun Baker, and today I'm going to be reading an excerpt from my short nonfiction story, Shaniya. Her mother discovered 5-year-old Shaniya missing from their Fayetteville home around 5 a.m. on November 10th. I'll never forget hearing those words for the first time. 11 years old is that transitionary phase, the period between the cusp of adolescence and the tail end of childhood, the point where we all desperately cling to the naivete that defined our youth, knowing full well that it would never last. No matter how much we want to hold on to that mindset, there's always something, some great filter that catches our innocence at the last moment and thrusts us out into the cold and into the dark to find our own way. Mine came right before I hopped onto the bus to go to school in 5th grade. 5th grade was a massive deal to me, partly because of the anticipation of middle school was so intoxicating that I mistakenly believed that I was already an adult. School was still easy, friends were still uncomplicated, and parents were always still parents. Sometimes it seemed like 8 hours of classes were my only escape from what I believed to be the only problems that I saw in the world: Mom and Dad. Yet something caught my eye that morning before I left. I don't know if it was the solemn tone of the report or the worry on my parents' faces as the television illuminated the room, but I stuck around for a moment longer than I usually did before leaving for the bus, and I was never the same after. Because that was the first news report I ever saw about young Shaniya Nicole Davis, a 5-year-old girl born to Antoinette Davis and Bradley Lockhart, who'd been kidnapped from the Sleepy Hollow mobile home park, not even 10 miles from where I laid my head each night. Her mother hadn't reported her missing until 5 in the morning, which I noticed immediately. I couldn't imagine the shock of a parent waking up in the middle of the night and discovering such a massive part of their life missing. I inevitably missed the bus, so my dad decided to drop me off that day. The car ride was silent, not for any tension between us, but because the news wouldn't stop nagging at my brain. I couldn't stop thinking of her, out in the cold and alone. There was a part of me that knew bad things happened to children, but that reality had never before pierced my veil of existence. I, and everyone around me, was safe, or at least I thought. Do you think they'll find her? I asked my dad right as we pulled up to the school. I don't know, son. God, I hope so. That was it. Thank you guys for listening.